Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to News Dose. So Xbox has had a pretty big week so far as they just launched Forza Horizon 5, which as it turns out, had a pretty huge launch. Now on top of that, they're also giving some information about what they might be looking for next with a studio acquisition. This might be a little bit different than what some fans were expecting, but we will go over that one today. And then also, Nintendo's now talking about the face of the company, Mario, and what might be coming next. So we'll go over that one as well. To start the day off, though, we do have the Game Awards right around the corner on December 9th, and that means we're likely going to hear a lot more about this event in the coming weeks. This is one of the biggest events of the entire year, and well, Jeff Keighley did actually give a little bit more details about what you should expect with this event. Post this up over on the Epic Games website, and thanks to Shinobi602 over on Twitter, which does a fantastic job. Shinobi kind of gave us a bit of a summary of what Jeff Keighley had to say. As you can see here, he says, a lot of 2022 and 2023 content to be showcased, number of new game reveals in the double digits, so we should at the very least expect 10 new game reveals here, then 40 to 50 games at show in some capacity, teases to expect some really cool next generation stuff, and as per usual when it comes to Jeff Keighley style of events, it will have a live orchestra on stage. Jeff Keighley does kind of like to make the Game Awards into this big spectacle where there's going to be lots of entertainment, there's going to be plenty of Game Awards of course, and then also lots and lots of game announcements. And after reading through it myself, he does very specifically say that you should expect about 50% to be focused on game announcements and then the other 50% to be on game awards. So that is a pretty good ratio right there and definitely a step in the right direction. I do hope that both aspects of the show gets plenty of attention, and for that matter, definitely do expect some major announcements to be made here. Of course, he's already kind of teasing that, but I think you can really expect all of the big three, being Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox, to make some big announcements here. There was a reason that PlayStation didn't show off any big games last month at that State of Play, and that's because more than likely they're saving something for the Game Awards, and I would expect the same from Xbox as well. Again, though, the Game Awards will take place on December 9th, and I will keep you up to date on all of the information regarding that event, and whenever they do announce the nominations, which Psychonauts 2 better be on there, I will, of course, let you all know about it. Now, one thing that we've talked a lot about over the last week or so would be Forza Horizon 5, and if you were hoping we would kind of stop talking about that today, well, yeah, about that. So we all know that Forza Horizon 5 has been very well received with a 92 overall score on Metacritic, which actually makes it the best rated completely new game to release this generation. But now PlayGround Games and Xbox Game Studios seems to have been highly rewarded for making such a high quality game. Yeah, let's just go and check out what Xboss Phil Spencer had to say about Forza Horizon 5 and its very, very successful launch. We've invested for years in Xbox so more people can play. With 4.5 plus million players so far across PC, cloud, and console, Forza Horizon 5 shows that promise coming to life. Largest launch day for Xbox Game Studios game, peak concurrent 3 times Forza Horizon 4 high. Thank you players, and congrats to We Are Playground. So there you have it, and this kind of echoes what I said yesterday about Forza Horizon 5, because I think a big part of Forza Horizon 5's success here is actually a direct correlation of the Xbox ecosystem that Phil Spencer has been building up towards since he's taken over Xbox. They've put a lot of work into building up to the Xbox Series with Xbox Game Pass, PC Gaming, xCloud, and it just all comes together when there's big releases like this. You can play this game on so many different platforms, and the fact that this game, a high-quality game that has a 92 overall score on Metacritic, released directly into Xbox Game Pass, it's so easy to pick this game up and have just an absolute blast with it. It's also well-deserved by Playground Games because they did a phenomenal job at making yet another really good racing game, and I think with just this insane amount of success here, I think we can kind of put that debate of it's just a quote-unquote racing game to rest. Really, this is a debate that has always kind of made me laugh because it's as if some people don't realize just how historically successful the racing genre has been for the big three platforms. I mean, if you look at it, Gran Turismo has been one of PlayStation's biggest and most successful franchises ever made. And in fact, back on the PlayStation 2, the Gran Turismo franchise sold more than 29 plus million units, making it the second best-selling franchise on the PlayStation 2. And then if you look at Nintendo, well, you have Mario Kart. We all know how big that franchise is. I mean, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the best-selling game on the Nintendo Switch right now with 38 plus million units sold. And now here you have Forza Horizon 5, which has already become the biggest launch ever for any Xbox Game Studios game with 4.5 million players already. And even if you look at Forza Horizon 4, that game had 24 million users as of November of 2020. So it's as if people, I don't know, I guess they just enjoy racing games, and that's why it's important for these platform makers. And well, it looks like Forza Horizon 5 will go down as one of the best racing games of all time. Now, we do have some acquisition talk to go over as well regarding Xbox, as Phil Spencer still seems to be on the hunt for more acquisitions. This is something that they've done a lot in recent years by acquiring some big studios such as Obsidian Entertainment. They picked up Ninja Theory, NXO, Playground Games, and the list just kind of goes on and on. They went from like 6 or 7 studios all the way up to 23 studios with that inclusion of Bethesda. So this is something that fans have really grown to expect when it comes from Microsoft, but now it sounds like some of their upcoming acquisitions could be just a little bit different than what we've seen so far. According to Phil Spencer, it looks like they're trying to diversify their portfolio a little bit more by including things such as social and casual style games. Yeah, if you take a look over here at what Phil Spencer had to say, he says, "When I think about the kinds of genres that are usually associated with Xbox, yes, we have Roblox, we have Minecraft, we have FIFA and Fortnite, but we want to continue to invest in more social, casual content that's out there. We have a lot of ambition." Now, the first thing about this statement is, what does he exactly consider to be casual? Because I think when a lot of people hear the word casual, they think about mobile games, but he very specifically talks about popular console games when talking about social casual content. He mentions Roblox, Minecraft, FIFA, and Fortnite. And what all of these have in common is that they really appeal to a broader audience. In Roblox, Minecraft, and Fortnite's case, these are all games that kind of appeal to a younger audience. And then FIFA, being a sports title, is a game that can appeal to a completely different style of audience. So based off of that statement, I am kind of curious as to what he considers casual and social content, as it doesn't really sound like he's specifically talking about mobile style studios. With that said, I think that we can kind of take a look at some previous things that Phil Spencer has said in the past, because he has on several occasions said that he wants more family-driven content for Xbox Game Studios. So if you do consider that, and the fact that he does mention Roblox and Minecraft as examples here, it does make me think that they might be trying to pick up some other studios that can make some popular kid-friendly games. Now, as to what studios that they could pick up that fits this criteria, I'm not really sure, but I did find what Andy Robinson from Video Game Chronicles had to say was pretty interesting. Andy Robinson did point out that there's not really a lot of studios that fits this criteria, but they could try to pull TT Games from Warner Brothers and deal with the Lego licensing. Now, that is a really interesting observation, because we have been hearing for a little while now, there's been a lot of speculation ever since that Discovery merger and whether or not they will sell off some of their studios. So maybe it is possible that Microsoft could pick up somebody like TT Games. Now, I wouldn't go in absolutely expecting that or anything like that, but hey, maybe it could be possible. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below, though. What studio or studios do you think that they could possibly target that fits this criteria? Let me know. Next up, we do have some Nintendo news to talk about, as well as the legendary developer Shigeru Miyamoto talked about the next 3D Mario game. And right away, I think that's going to get some fans perked up, especially with the quality of this franchise. So let's just go and check out what he had to say. "When we develop software, we strive to incorporate new elements, but at the same time, we want to make it easy for even first-time players to have fun. Recently, people of all generations have been enjoying the 3D Mario game Super Mario Odyssey, released in 2017. So for 3D Mario going forward, we want to try expanding further in new ways." And that's actually a really interesting statement for a couple of different reasons. One being he actually refers to Mario Odyssey rather than Bowser's Fury. So what that tells me is that he considers Mario Odyssey to be the last big new 3D Mario game, which it very much is. Bowser's Fury is more of an expansion, though it is a very high quality expansion, but nonetheless, he does very specifically refer to Mario Odyssey. So right away, that has me wondering about the release date. Since Mario Odyssey released back in 2017, could the next big 3D Mario game be a little closer than what maybe some of us might have realized? I mean, it could be a little bit longer of a wait with their work on Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, but maybe we could see the next big 3D Mario game release on the Nintendo Switch before the end of its life cycle. Of course, that's all just speculation, but something else that Miyamoto mentioned here was that they want to expand this game in new ways. Now, what that means can kind of be left up to interpretation because technically with all of these 3D Mario games, they do try something just a little bit different. They do all have their own unique gameplay hook and different approaches to the world. So with them doing something different, that's not really a big surprise, but it is the way he worded it here and how they want to try things in new ways. And one thing that I have seen among the community is that belief that Bowser's Fury might be the blueprint of the next big 3D Mario game. Ever since that expansion released earlier this year, there has been the speculation that this might have been a test for their next big 3D Mario game. And I think that could make for something really interesting. Bowser's Fury was kind of this approach to an open world style of Mario game, but on a smaller scale. So it would be really interesting to see them kind of take that and then just run with it with this just huge Mario style of world. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to happen or anything, but I do think that it would be really cool to see all of the different biomes in a 3D Mario environment. I mean, we're so used to traveling the boards in different Mario games to level, but what would it be like to see all of that in a big 3D open world? I think it could make for a pretty special game, but I guess we'll kind of see. Really, only Nintendo knows what exactly is happening here, but let me know what you would like to see from the Mario franchise going forward. Now, we do unfortunately have yet another delay to talk about here real quick, and that would be for a console this time being the Steam Deck. Yes, the Steam Deck has now been delayed from 2021 into February of 2022. They did note that this is due to global supply chain issues and material shortages, as components aren't reaching their manufacturing facilities in time for them to meet their initial launch dates. So that's why they moved it from 2021 to February of 2022. Though do keep in mind that even though it will now release in February of 2022, that does not mean everybody will receive their Steam Deck in February. This is actually when they will start a new start date for the reservation queue. So depending on what place you are in line is when you will get that Steam Deck. For me, I never really thought I was going to get it in 2021. I always thought I was going to get it in 2022 at some point. But yeah, now everybody's going to have to wait an extra 2 months to receive their Steam Deck. I know it's disappointing, but really, with the global chip shortages, this really is understandable. Let's go and take a look at the poll of the day, though, where I asked you all, do you like retailers offering a subscription service that gives you early access to buy hard-to-get products such as the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X? This is something that we have been seeing here recently with retailers such as GameStop, Best Buy, and Walmart Plus. Now, a service like this can have its pros and cons when getting a console such as the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. On one side, if you purchase a subscription, it might give you a better chance at getting one of these platforms. But then on the other side, I mean, some of these subscription services are pretty expensive. I mean, the Best Buy Total Tech subscription, that's $200 a year. So that is quite pricey. So I wanted to know what side you all fall on. And well, the majority of you all here does not like this idea at all, with 66% of you saying no, while only 24% of you said yes. Now, based on the comments, some of you all that did say yes believes that a subscription service like this can deter scalpers. And okay, that's definitely one side, but then you also have some other people that believes that this is kind of retailers scalping to a degree. So I guess it just kind of depends on what side you fall on here. I'm kind of in the mindset that I do think that it appears that retailers are kind of taking advantage of this situation. I was okay with GameStop doing it because they've been selling the power-up rewards for years anyways, and it's only $15 a year, so that's not really all that bad. They didn't really increase the price or anything. But with Best Buy's Total Tech, that's $200 a year, and really, to me, it just seems like they're taking advantage of this situation. Fans are salivating over the chance of getting these consoles, and with it being the holiday season, people are more likely to spend that extra bit of money. So again, I just feel like they're taking advantage of the situation and the short supply. So I'm not really a big fan of it. But we'll kind of see if a lot of people actually purchase subscription services like this, or if maybe it will just flop. I guess we'll kind of have to wait and see. Anyways, though, that's it for this episode. But if you liked the video, don't forget to bell notification and subscribe button for more content just like this. Also, if you'd like to support the channel through Patreon, thank you for making this content possible. Peace out.